In July of this year, I made a video about a collaboration that was going to happen between Smite and RWBY from Rooster Teeth. This collaboration would consist of the 4 main characters or the 4 parts of RWBY being included in Smite as skins for already existing characters. In the video I made some speculations about which character could end up with which skin, but that's not for today. Today I'm going to try and answer a question that I've gotten every other day really on every other Smite video since then, and that is what is happening with this collaboration now, what state are they in, and so on. I want to make it very clear at this point there is still no official statement from Hi-Rez, so this is not on the grounds of having actually heard any definite date, but I can pretty confidently speculate that it's going to be the 15th of November anyways. Now why is that? That is the date of this year's Hi-Rez Expo and Smite World Championship. And this typically starts off with a presentation, and it will start off with a presentation this year, which is Hi-Rez Presents. To kick off Hi-Rez Expo, we give you a big update on all the upcoming development plans we've got in store for you. Now, when the announcement for the collaboration was made, I actually thought it was going to happen a lot sooner, as it's not typical for Hi-Rez to announce things that far in advance, but then again, it was also RWBY who originally talked about it, and maybe they have a bit of a different announcement schedule, so I thought it was gonna happen a month later or so. That turned out to be not the case, and we actually know that Hi-Rez and Rooster Teeth are still working together to make this happen, which makes a big announcement at their biggest event of the year, where most people see it, much more likely. The evidence that they're still working on this is from Hi-Rez Tina, Titan Tina now, who posted the following on September 13. Had so much fun at Rooster Teeth, meeting everyone and hanging out with friends. Smite and RWBY is gonna be awesome. You guys will love it. And following that, she made even more tweets. On September 18, she gave us another friendly effin' reminder for the Team RWBY coming to Smite. And on the day after, she also thanked the RWBY team, specifically the voice actresses, for their help with this whole thing. That means the voice work for the skins is done. The skins themselves have probably been worked on by other departments for quite a while at this point, and it seems that what will happen now is the finishing touches on the audio and everything, meaning that most likely the skins will be ready around the time Worlds is. If there are like any other changes, they'll either be on the PTS around the same time that Worlds is happening, or people will be able to exclusively play them at the event first, and then afterwards you can play them at home as well. We'll find out how exactly it's done this time. Maybe they drop them right on the live client just to get the biggest hype with new players that might come in for this as well. I will also imagine that there will be a big event tied to this, and there is an event that has been going on in the Smite data mining files for ages but hasn't actually made it to the live client. And that is some adventure mode challenge with loads of different enemies that come in waves that you have to hold off and all this kind of stuff. And I think that would be a perfect fit for this crossover really, because when you think about it, especially in the trailers of RWBY and stuff, you often have them battling with many enemies at once. You have these kinds of hordes swarming them, and having an adventure mode to introduce the characters would make a lot of sense and also bind them a little bit more into the lore, as much as that makes sense for skins anyways. Because then you could have the RWBY characters show up in the Smite world and fight these Smite monsters and give them a purpose in that world, and that kind of would then tie in how they kind of ended up on the battlegrounds. This last part here is a little bit more speculation that I'm not 100% sure about. That's just something that would fit together logically in my opinion, but I'm very certain that we will see the reveal for these characters on November 15 at HRX, or maybe November 16. I hope that answers the question as far as it can be answered right now. As soon as there are any news, I will of course let you know. To stay updated on that, feel free to click the sub button and maybe the bell. I hope this was interesting and insightful, and other than that, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope to see you all for the next one tomorrow. DukeSloth, out.